It happened in the most unexpected way. A single phrase. A few simple words. And suddenly, the internet couldn't stop talking about Dylan Wang and Bai Lu. He called her, "my wife." And the way Bai Lu reacted? It was pure, unfiltered magic. For weeks, fans had speculated about the closeness between Dylan Wang and Bai Lu. The two had been linked not just because of their on-screen chemistry, but also because of the way they carried themselves off-camera. They laughed too easily in each other's presence. They shared inside jokes that no one else seemed to understand. And sometimes, their eyes lingered a little too long. Still, most people thought it was just friendship. Maybe a strong bond between co-stars. Nothing more. But then this one moment changed everything. It was during a casual live-stream event. The atmosphere was light. Fans were flooding the comments with playful messages. And Dylan, known for his teasing nature, was answering questions with his usual sharp wit. But then the conversation turned. Someone in the comments asked, "Dylan, if you were married, how would you introduce your wife?" He smirked. He looked at the camera. And then, without hesitation, he gestured toward Bai Lu sitting beside him. And with that unmistakable voice, he said, "This is my wife." For a split second, the world seemed to stop. The room went silent. The staff members behind the cameras exchanged glances. And Bai Lu froze. Her eyes widened, as if she wasn't sure she had heard correctly. Her lips parted, but no words came out. And then, that reaction. She blushed. Her face turned the softest shade of pink. And she immediately tried to hide it, covering her mouth with her hand. But fans caught everything. The cameras caught everything. And the internet? Well, the internet exploded. Clips of that moment spread like wildfire. Within minutes, hashtags were trending. Dylan calls Bai Lu his wife. Bai Lu's reaction. My wife moment. Millions of views poured in from every platform. Fans replayed the clip over and over, dissecting every detail. The way Dylan's tone softened ever so slightly when he said the word. The way Bai Lu's body language shifted, first in shock, then in shy laughter. And most importantly, the way her eyes sparkled as if she couldn't quite hide her happiness. Of course, the internet had its theories. Some said Dylan was just joking, being playful as usual. Others insisted there was more to it. People don't call someone my wife unless there's a hidden meaning. Look at how he looked at her. This isn't acting anymore. Her reaction says it all. Comments poured in from fans all around the world. And with each replay, the moment felt less like a slip of the tongue and more like a confession. Behind the scenes, even insiders couldn't ignore it. Crew members who had worked with the two for months admitted they had noticed something special. The way Dylan always seemed protective of Bai Lu. The way Bai Lu lit up in his presence, even when the cameras weren't rolling. Now, that small word, wife, had given their observations a voice. It wasn't just about chemistry anymore. It was about something real. The days that followed only fueled the fire. Every time Dylan and Bai Lu appeared together, fans watched more closely. Was there more hand-holding than usual? Were they matching outfits by coincidence or on purpose? Did Dylan glance at her just a little too long? And every time Bai Lu smiled shyly, fans connected it back to that one moment. That one phrase. That one word. My wife. What made this moment so unforgettable wasn't just Dylan's boldness. It was Bai Lu's response. She didn't brush it off. She didn't laugh it away. She didn't deny it. Instead, she reacted like someone who had just been caught in the most vulnerable way. Her blush was genuine. Her laughter was nervous but warm. And her silence spoke louder than words. Sometimes, silence is the biggest confirmation of all. Even celebrities weighed in. A few fellow actors teased Dylan in interviews, saying things like, "Should we start calling her Mrs. Wang now?" Others hinted that maybe, just maybe, the line between real and real had blurred. And fans couldn't get enough. Fan edits flooded social media, slow-motion videos of the moment, set to romantic music. GIFs of Bai Lu covering her face. Memes celebrating the wife reveal. It became more than just a clip. It became a cultural moment. And maybe that's why it resonated so deeply. Because in that fleeting second, Dylan Wang and Bai Lu gave the world something authentic. Something unscripted. Something that felt raw and real. It wasn't an interview rehearsed by a manager. It wasn't a drama scene written by a screenwriter. It was just him. Her. And a word that slipped out before he could take it back. My wife. But here's the thing. Did he want to take it back? If you look closely, you'll notice something. Right after he said it, Dylan didn't panic. He didn't correct himself. He didn't laugh it off the way most people would if it were just a joke. Instead, he sat there confidently, almost proud. Almost as if he meant it. And that, more than anything else, made fans believe this wasn't a slip. It was a hint. A declaration. A window into something we weren't supposed to see just yet. As for Bai Lu, her reaction continues to melt hearts. Because it wasn't just about embarrassment. It was about joy. It was about being seen in a way she didn't expect. And no matter how hard she tried to hide it, her smile gave her away. Fans called it the smile of someone in love. Weeks later, people are still talking about it. Every time Dylan and Bai Lu trend, the "my wife" moment resurfaces. It's become a reference point, a symbol of their undeniable bond. And maybe, just maybe, it's a glimpse of something bigger. Because sometimes, the truth doesn't come in grand announcements. Sometimes, it slips out in the most ordinary moments. Like a live stream. Like a joke. Like a phrase said without thinking. And once it's out, there's no taking it back. So what does this mean for Dylan Wang and Bai Lu? Are they just co-stars caught in a whirlwind of speculation? Or is this the beginning of something they can no longer hide? Only time will tell. But one thing is certain. That one word changed everything. It gave fans hope. It gave shippers confirmation. And it gave the world a moment so genuine, it could never be forgotten. In the end, maybe it wasn't just a slip. Maybe it wasn't just a joke. Maybe, for a second, Dylan Wang said exactly what he felt. And Bai Lu's reaction? That was the reaction of someone who understood, who felt the same, who, even if caught off guard, couldn't stop her heart from showing. And that's why the internet melted. Because sometimes, love doesn't need to be shouted. Sometimes, it just needs to slip through in a single word. And in this case, that word was, my wife.